Salutations to you, Mr. and Mrs. Queen City. This is your News of Yesterday, today! Dateline, Friday, February 2nd, 1923, from the pages of the Regina Morning Leader newspaper. Headline, Gadzooks! Train robbed near Regina! The CNR number 6 from Edmonton to Winnipeg was robbed by an armed masked bandit between Condy and Regina about 5:45 last evening. Paul Vensky, the express messenger, alone in the car, was gagged and bound. After rifling the safe, the robber jumped the train inside the limits of our fair city Regina and made good his escape. Provincial and city police organized a hunt. Though the entire city and surrounding countryside have been thoroughly combed by the posse, they have not succeeded in capturing the miscreant. The bandit got away with the proceeds of practically all express points between Edmonton and Regina. The amount is not known, but CNR Express Company officials say it is not large. The suspect is described as being about 5 feet 8 inches, stockily built, and with a fat, clean-shaven face. He was reported to be wearing a green Mackinac coat, a dark, tight-fitting cap, rough blue serge trousers, and felt boots. He wore brown woolen socks which were pulled up over his trousers. Martin Bruton, chief of the city police, had his entire day force on the job last night in the search for the bandit. Unless he gets out of town tonight, we'll get him most likely, said Chief Bruton. The chief believes the bandit must be familiar with the workings of the railways, as he boarded the train at the most auspicious time and chose the day of the month when the express messenger had the monthly remittances. It's a bitter night, said a policeman out on the hunt, while a young blizzard raged towards midnight. I suppose the bandit is in some nice warm place while we're freezing ourselves in the storm. We'll get him, though. Item! Expect 30 carloads of liquor for Canada via Portal, Saskatchewan. Federal prohibition agents from all parts of North Dakota assembled in Portal in anticipation of a large shipment of liquor from distillers in Kentucky. The officers planned to seize the shipment and prevent it from crossing the boundary line into Canada. According to the meager information on hand, the liquor is consigned to drug companies in our dominion, presumably for medicinal purposes, but the officers here expressed the belief that the liquor will be used for beverage purposes instead. Ad break! MBM Coal Company, next verse. Half a ton, half a car, coal by the 100. Thus rolled our orders in while others thundered. Ours not to make reply, folks know the reason why. They come again and buy, once they our white ash try. Other coals sundered. Some few for bunk who fell, come back to us pell-mell. Back from the mouth of, well, we nearly blundered. MBM Coal Company, telephone 5116. Women's Interest, Society and Fashion page. Have you heard, ladies? J.H.R. Thompson of Limerick is registered at the Kitchener. Cards are out for at-homes, which are to be held next Thursday and Friday by Mrs. Norman Mackenzie. Mrs. W.J. Myler entertained at her home Wednesday afternoon the score of women belonging to the Settlement House Mothers Club. They brought their needlework. A tempting supper was served before the guests took their departure. 14 members of the Daughters and Maids of England entertained the soldiers at the Grey Nuns Hospital at a whist drive Tuesday. Prizes were won by Mr. Rose and Mr. Buxiom. Refreshments were served by the hostesses before they said goodnight to the patients. From the sports pages, Good Morning with Archibald McSpoof. Spunk Sparrow disgraced himself in church on Sunday. He fell asleep when Amby, sitting next to him, dropped 5 coppers into the plate. Spunk awoke with a start and cried, "We've scored! We've scored!" Last time Scotty Jones played hockey, he scored a goal against his own team, but he atoned for it by beating up the goal judge and chasing the referee out of the rink. Some lucky stones. Good Morning is going to distribute some valuable stones among local celebrities, as follows. For Al Ritchie, the Blarney Stone. For Matkin, the runner, the Milestone. For Frank Hackney, the Peach Stone. For Dr. Schweitzer, the Grindstone. For Duke Keats, the Cobblestone. And for Newsy Lalonde, the Tombstone. And that was your News of Yesterday, today, from the February 2nd, 1923 Regina Morning Leader, and read to you by the Queen City Improvement Bureau. Now, forward to the future!